What is cracking, guys? JP here again, bringing you another update of my 90-gallon reef tank build. As you can see, we got some movement. So I'll update from left to right from the aquarium to my equipment. Alright, so we'll start in here. The light just turned on about 45 minutes ago, so the corals are still waking up. I added my first corals about 3 days ago. The zoas in the front of me. So they're still adjusting to the light. Then after a day, I added my green hammer here. And then the frog spawn back there is still kind of pissed. Still waking up, still adjusting. And then I added the torch after a day, and then added this big torch today. So it looks pretty good. They're pretty happy, I think. We'll see my testing coral. I still gotta do some testing for my ammonia though to make sure if it's okay for fish. So yeah. Next step is we'll go down under. I did remove my refugium light because I was researching, and the aluminum will actually corrode over time. It doesn't rust because rust is for iron. Aluminum just starts getting this weird flaky and I don't know, powdery white stuff that's corroding. So I removed it. I might figure something out. I might have to paint it or get some PVC or acrylic mounting in the place. So yeah, I don't really need it right now because I don't have any refugium or nutrients, and this sump is pretty humid. And it keeps the humidity down in the room too. So, right, skimmer is still off. I did create my skimmer controller right here, and then my one in the sump is still drying out. I'll show you that in a second. Onto my filter section. The lid is starting to kind of wave though, or warp, but that's okay, doesn't matter. But inside, I actually just only kept my front filter sock silencer because the one in the back, it was dripping on the middle and it was making this drip sound, so that was too noisy. Now it's very quiet, as you can see, as you can hear. Once I close it, you don't even hear it. Pretty good. All right, we'll move on here. Down here we have the sump for the skimmer, so in case if the water rises, this will shut off the skimmer. Here I actually modified it a couple things. So into the sump, here's my main siphon right here, and then here's my secondary and my emergency on the very back. The secondary right here, I actually had to raise it because the water was too low. It was right here, and to the water line, it's a good inch and a half of drop, so it was making this weird waterfall sound. The good thing about this design is they're supposed to match the water level of your aquarium. So I used to have a T PVC fitting, so I cut that end very short, just enough to fit in the cap, and in the cap I cut it off pretty short. I'll probably make a video of that in the future. And then there's the emergency pipe back there that's still pretty dry. So the water height is literally this much, and then I got a good inch and a half of extra space. So we'll show you a lid up here. As you can see, the T fitting is very short, and then on the top only, and then there's the cap, and there's the emergency overflow. That's still a good inch of is dry, and then this one is just dripping for the secondary to regulate the water. Now I don't know how water physics works, but sometimes it just sucks in a lot of water. The siphons kicks in, and then it goes up to the second line or above the line here, and then goes back down, up and down on this, and then the secondary line just keeps that level. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's not having siphon. I can't hear anything though, so maybe it's stabilized. So I don't know. All right, pretty good. I got my testing stuff on the table here, so if I do come in the room here, I can see this. It reminds me to do the test. All right. Underneath the cabinets, I added one of these Intermatic timer. These have the green and the red tabs. These are old school. What I like about this is this have like a manual on and off, and the green tab actually turns it on. But if you don't turn it off, or you don't put the red tab, it just keeps turning on. So if you don't have a controller like an Apex or a Hydros, if you want to shut off your aquarium for 30 minutes or 1 hour, so I just turn this on until it's close to the switch here for a good 1 hour, and then shut it off. So and once it turns and hit the switch, it will turn on. So yeah, no wiring needed. So it's basically using it for a countdown turn on switch. So yeah, I have another one just in case, for my other plugin, but I probably won't use that. In here, I have some extra fans. This was my fan in my 40-gallon that blows air in. What I realized is the fan on my stand is small enough that there's some air blowing, but not enough to get the heat out of this fin. So to prevent some overheating of my components, I just got some fan hanging with fishing lines and then a little hook on the top. It's like, what the heck? I'll probably, figure out some more professional way how to do this. I like it though. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. For the timer, I did kind of overlap. Instead of 4 to 5 for the T5, I'm gonna go 4 to 5:10, and then so that the metal halide will turn on and overlap. They don't, shut off and then turn on. So yeah, and then the same thing as the 9 to 10. I'll have it at 8:50 to 10. I got my skimmer box here completed. I'm still editing my video on how I made it. So yeah. Alright. One weird thing about this timer is kinda defective. Sometimes I turn it on manually and it will reset if there's something plugged in. So I'm not sure. I don't really know. The rest are doing okay. And then here's my ATO. For the Avast Marine ATO, I could not use that L shape because it was leaking air in. So I just have it straight plumbed. I don't know why. I was leaking some air and it wasn't causing that. It was leaking air. So I just place it here to prevent any of that L shape. I'll probably label this. Here's my heater, backup heater, and here's the heater controller from here. And I'm still waiting for the sensor to dry, so don't worry about that. That's the floor temperature, so it's pretty cool down here in the basement, so I don't need a chiller. I got my temperature control here, or control, humidity and gauge. So yeah, pretty good though. Got some boxes here. I'm gonna put my instruction here. I'm gonna label it out. Extra heater. So yeah, I still need to put my dosing. I'm not gonna dose any magnesium or have a doser because I'm using a Red Sea, Instant Ocean Reef crystal, and I have a lot of magnesium in it, so I should be good for a while. And if not, I can add it down here. So we'll see. All right. Down here, I added some of this hook. They're just sticky hooks. I can put my tools here, and my scissors and my nets. I have my scale on a screw, so I can just remove this. On the other side, I have one of these broom holders I got from my local hardware store. Since it's aluminum, I just cut it to size and then push this in. So yeah, pretty good. Onto the table, I got my chemicals. Super glue. I got my stirrer. I still need to butt splice that skimmer controller. I got my phone holder if I want to do my testing, you know, right here. I can watch some video and while doing some charging. Got my ATO. I got a bucket. I got a container here. I still have. So if I'm doing testing right here, I can rinse with an RO water and dump it there. I added an extra plug-in or strip. I just glued this, and I have my power strip for my USB, and I can plug in a Dremel or some other tools. So yeah, there's my dry stuff. So yeah, pretty good. I like it so far. I still definitely need to arrange my tools. So we'll get that in a moment though, in the next few days. Hopefully it'll be done. But yeah, everything looks pretty good. Corals are starting to adjust. I did not add everything in because that would just wreck everything. So slowly add it in. Right now it's just full white 10K. So corals are still adjusting though from very very dim LED. So yeah, I think the torches are liking it though. They like higher flow and higher power than the hammers or frog spawn. You know, I'm thinking about just turning off this side and then just keep this side on where the corals are at, but we'll see. Well, that's it for the update, guys. Thanks for watching and happy reef keeping. Adios.